Ebusi amemo akwa the GH Policies Avenue. Make sure also be subscribing to our channel and make sure to leave a nice comment under the comment section. Ebusi amoma yembo murai insemnimu. Eye Paulo Aforko, oye NPP ni mapapa. He was part of the Akuffo government. Yeni na yenim say ye sanction na ye ni free chairmanship ni muno. And sisi Paul Aforko agranti interviewer. Oka say eye NPP amayo no enye party papa bi a ɛyɛ sɛ ɔmo ti mi mpo running for ɛyɛ coming flag bearership race na ɔmo bɛkɔ for election on January no because saa party wey NPP party no they are not being disciplined ɛna ɛsan so ɔmo nni nyinasoɔ papa bi to campaign for the party or catch your NPP for say the political party is being described as a ditch political party just because they have nothing good to write about or to talk about. Inti no mama yembo Ryan nsem no na yankɔhwɛ nsɛm a Paul Aforko ɛka fa NPP ɔno akasa ne party. Mama yembo Ryan nsɛm no mu sisi.
That day that you won as party chairman, what was his message? You remember?
Can I remember it now? No, but I can remember rather Araya Lassan, the late Araya Lassan, one of the stalwarts of the party. He had given me his blessing before I left for the stadium in Tamale. And after I won, I saw that he was calling me over and over and over. And I said, no, this old man, I can't talk to him on the phone. So I asked everybody to join me and we drove straight to his house.
Wow.
And I went to him and said, sir, the victory
Your son
is
is
here.
here.
Your son has come with the victory.
Wow.
Very happy. Unfortunately, he died before the elections, and I made a promise to him at his graveside in Kumbungu that we will win the election and I will come back and tell him that NPP is in power.
You did? Wow.
I didn't live to see that, did I?
But at least you got that message to him and the MPP won. But you
Yes.
didn't go. Yes.
Yes.
Anyway,
MPP won.
talking about you didn't get to see that and all of that. 2014 elected, 2015 you were kicked out. Tell me about it. Your tenure was marked by fierce internal disputes, and eventually that led to your suspension. Chairman Aforko, tell me, looking back, do you feel misunderstood or unfairly treated?
I think it's both actually. It's both.
You were misunderstood
and
unfairly treated.
Yeah.
You stand by that.
Yeah, I do. I stand by that. You see, for those who opposed me, those who didn't want me to be chairman, and fought me all the way, as I said, vote buying, mudslinging, lies being told, all of that, I still won with a huge majority. They never gave up. In fact, I was told that one of them said, and my tree is no good anyway, but
Go ahead.
I speak tree.
At least you try. No problem. Go ahead.
Or see what the chairman. Yeah, crime. Manumba chairman.
Someone said that.
Yes, he's still alive.
Wow.
He's still alive, and he knows himself. Anyway, so we came to Accra, and it was all this. I wanted a reform of the party. I didn't want this party to continue being seen in that light of being an elitist party. I wanted it to be seen as a party of the people, a mass party. And so I started looking at the reforms. In fact, one of the reforms that I brought about, which was an operational thing anyway, was that I insisted on every constituency in this country opening a bank account. And I pushed 10,000 CDs into every single constituency.
You did that. Chairman,
Yes.
you are loaded. Every single constituency.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gave them 10,000
Yeah,
CDs.
but that wasn't my money.
No,
That wasn't
but
my
at least
money.
you have a good heart. You
Yeah,
did give
yes.
them.
And I was opposed strongly, even within the executive.
Why? Why?
Why should you be sending the money to constituencies?
Oh, really?
No, don't do that. And I said, come on, we have to finance and fund our base. That was part of what I was
But
thinking.
these are some of the same, I mean, these are the people, some of them who accused you of being out of touch with the grassroots, because it was some of, the comments that came up, and they felt that you were more aligned with internal factions than party unity. What would you say to that? How do you respond?
I would respond by saying that they were wearing blinkers. They had prejudged a situation and never had clear mind about me. You see, when you prejudge somebody, no matter what they do, you've judged them, and that's it. How could I have been if a person driven by factionalism?
You said you weren't in touch with the grassroots. You were more of an elitist, you know.
I was more in touch with the grassroots than any of them.
Wow, you were?
Absolutely. I was the one sending money out. I was the one saying every constituency must be empowered. I was the one sitting in my personal private office in cantonments.
Running party business.
Yes. Calling them and saying, open bank accounts. And the naysayers were rather the ones who were calling the constituencies and saying, oh, don't mind him, don't open those accounts. Until they started seeing that 10,000 cedis was going to all those who had opened accounts. Then quickly they started to open their bank accounts. And then we sent the money. And I don't know whether you have the means to check it, whether since that time any constituency party account has seen that sort of money paid into them. Because I wanted to strengthen the base. That is where you win elections. When I went around, I told every party member I spoke to that they should realize that they are the true owners of the party. The people sitting at the top, you see them on TV, you hear of their names. They are there because you are there. If you are not there to support them.
But that's why maybe some thought you were a destabilizing force, because you were fighting maybe for principle. Was it simply for power? Or you stood for something? Chairman?
Well, I stood by my own core principles, abiding principles.
Which
principles that would supersede a mortal. I didn't think of supporting a human being. I thought of supporting the party and build it on those same principles that the party was built on fairness, equity, development, in peace, and therefore, whatever I did to strengthen the party, not to go against anybody, because by then the game was set. You know, I set up a committee headed by the former Attorney General, Honorable Ayikweotu, and I was tasking them to go around the country. At that time, the party's coffers were literally empty, and I was doing it from my pocket. To go around the country and to begin to sensitize all party executives in every region, every constituency. Gather them and let them understand the constitution of the party, let them know their rights and their responsibilities, so that the party will be strengthened from the base. If not, how can we go forward to win anything? But that whole thing was scuppered. It never took off.
Wow. Do you believe that your removal was engineered to clear the way for certain individuals within the NPP hierarchy? If so, who?
I think the facts speak for themselves. They do. Because you see, after I was suspended, you recollect the number of party executives that were suspended across the country. It was just to beat everybody into submission, to cow them into submission. So the suspensions just kept coming out across the country. And that was not something that would help the party. I mean, it's continued even till today.
But they moved on. They went on to win the 2016 elections.
Absolutely.
So if that was bad, or you had set up the structures.
We set up everything for them to go and win. We set it up. I resisted moves to say, oh, these people should not be allowed to go through primaries. This group of people should be treated separately. I resisted it. And I have witnesses to it. sat in the room and said, we will not sit in Accra and decide for people in the far corners of Ghana.
That people should go unopposed.
People should go unopposed. I'm not going to accept that. Everybody will go through primaries.
And they will fought you for that.
Yes. Hard. And in the end, I must say, 30 of our MPs lost their primaries. Some of them my very close friends. Until today, they are still my friends. Somebody like Dr. Anani, friends. How? I would have wished him to lose his primaries, but for the sake of democracy, I did all that and made sure that we had primaries that was clean, fair, because I believe in fairness, and all the way to the presidential primaries, where the party actually elected Nana Akufo-Addo as a presidential candidate. I wasn't working in factions. No.
Were you ever tempted to walk away from politics entirely after what you went through in the NPP? Ever considered that?
Yes, I did say after my suspension had gone through, and I went to court, and the court came up with that bizarre judgment. I walked away and said, never again. Wow. I'm not going to go and look for any active position in party politics, because it's a thankless job. You come in with ideals, and this is what you get, that people can sit somewhere and concoct lies about you, all the way to the point of even killing to get rid of you.
Really? People you got messages?
The matter is sub judice, so...
Wow, yes, you don't want to...
You remember my brother Greg?
Yeah.
My brother
Greg Aforko, yes.
Greg didn't kill anybody. He didn't. But some people killed Adams. And on the back of that, they went around trying to remove me. The petitions that came to the party, to that disciplinary committee, those petitions talked only about the killing of Adams. Oh, if we don't remove this man, he is going to try and make sure that Akuffo-Addo loses the elections. And those two petitions came from two Northerners. And funny enough, if I gave you those petitions today, you will see word for word it was the same thing.
The two petitions?
The only difference was their names and their addresses. Finished.
You kidding us?
Yeah, no. So as I say, it was all cooked. But I was angry at that time. There were points at which I was so incandescent with rage. Incandescent. But one day I went over to President Akuffo, and he said to me, Paul, he was talking about that, I don't want to hear that. And he said, you are still angry. Your anger is eating you. Let
President
it go.
Akuffo told you that?
Yes, he said, let it go. Why are you angry? The people you are angry at. And so after about 2 years, 2017, 2018, I went to visit President Akuffo again, and he said, Paul, the anger is gone? I said, yes, sir. He said, how do you know? I said, sir, these days, when I see them on TV, I don't change channels. When they
you used to change channels?
Because I couldn't stand the sight of people I believed were liars.
Really?
And had engineered my removal just for their own selfish ends, not for the sake of the party.
Are you still angry and bitter? No?
Oh, no, it's all gone.
Have you met any of them after?
Oh, absolutely.
What was the rapport like? What was the relationship like?
Recently, my most recent meeting was with President Akuffo-Addo on the flight to Kumasi. Oh no, actually from Kumasi to Accra. And we spoke. And he actually said, oh, please, let's get together back in Accra, okay? And I said, yes, I'm going to my farm. When I come back, we'll get together.
It might not have been him. He didn't engineer it. How do you know that he was behind it?
Well, I don't know. I can't say for sure.
But, so then why were you bitter against him? But what?
I wasn't bitter against him.
Yeah, the system.
The whole set. And he was head of that set. So?
Did you ever discuss that with President Akuffo? What did he tell you?
President Akuffo is, as I've described him, a quintessential
gentleman
and Democrat. and a party man through and through. And he would keep telling me, Paul, calm down, let the party work. The party in its own wisdom will come out finally and see the truth.
Wow.
So just keep quiet, stay away.
And don't talk.
Keep quiet, stay away.
Many also believe that if he had remained chairman through the 2016 elections, maybe the NPP wouldn't have won. Then they're saying that, well, it was good that we drove him out to put systems in place and all of that. If he had remained chairman, tell us, candidly, sincerely,
yes,
through the 2016 elections,
yes,
do you think the NPP will still have won power?
Look, I exited in 2015, almost end of 2015. You think all that I did was for nothing?
You had put
Okay,
structures.
so I wasn't chairman. In the next elections, what did they get? From the 160 something that my work gave to the party, the next election, it came 137, isn't it?
So you believe that the work that you did,
Yes.
2014, 2015,
Yes,
getting into 2016,
yes,
how many
everything had been
presidents
said.
sweeping?
Everything had been said. We'd gotten our parliamentary primaries done, dusted, presidential primaries done, dusted. All that was now left was campaigning across the country. What else?
Wow.
What else?
Well, we're hitting some 5 minutes to 8. We have some messages coming in. And this one is from Irene. Irene at Rich. Irene says that, I'm wondering if Mr. Paul Aforko is finished with frontline politics. Bola, please ask him if there's still unfinished business. Is he plotting a comeback?
Plotting? That sounds very conspiratorial.
So I would say, are you planning? She says plotting. I would say planning
You see,
a comeback.
when you talk about planning, as we speak today, I've only broken my silence because of the state of the party today. It's nothing to write home about.
You think the NPP is nothing? The state in which it is now is nothing to write home about?
It's rudderless.
The NPP is rudderless. They
Yes.
don't have any, rudder that they can help them to navigate.
Leadership
Is lacking in the NPP.
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
And discipline. Leadership, discipline, they go together. I can see it. But
There's a party chairman. There's a party general secretary who's out there doing great jobs and mobilizing. You think that the party is rudderless?
Where's the party chairman?
Well, he actually put in a request. I think that he's actually excused him, maybe on health grounds. We don't know, family matters. So why? That is a genuine request.
And as per the constitution, the first vice chairman takes over.
Correct.
When I say leaderless, you see, if a party makes a decision that we have an election coming up, but we are not going to take part, stay away, and party members, you see, without even going to talk to the people in that constituency, to say, look, we really want to boycott. What do you people think? You may end up not having representation in parliament. What do you think? And let the grassroots tell you that we think we can fight this thing and win it, so don't boycott. But you make a decision and then you impose it on them.
You think that was not fair, that was not right?
And they proceed
yes.
to ignore you. And your member goes and files to contest that seat. And all your top gurus go there to campaign against the party's instructions. Will you call that leadership?
You were worried?
Discipline?
You were worried?
I
You
was
were disappointed?
Concerned, yes. Concerned that there's no discipline, there's no proper management and leadership.
But you have a strong minority led by Osahene in your market. You believe that there are great people in your party, the
What
NPP.
did you just say? A strong what?
Minority?
Is this where the NPP should be?
The NPP should be what? The majority.
A minority? Historic minority? When has the NPP ever lost elections and gone below 100
seats?
When?
Well, but times...
Since 92.
But times and seasons, Chairman Aforko.
Why? That's the question. Why?
you attribute it to leadership in the
You
NPP
see,
now.
I tell you something. When I came back home from exile,
Woche boy ma ye de hwɛ yɛ na wode tie yɛ menim sɛ yɛbɛsan so ahyia na sɛ yɛhyia na yɛde nsɛm a ɛmu hwam ɛmu odu a ɛtwa gu wɔ man mu yɛsi na wɔtwe mu foforɔ yi mu deɛ mɛgye adi na megye di yɛ sɛ nsɛm bebree na ɛbɛpie mu na sɛ wohu yɛ video biara sɛ ɛpɔpe up a kindly enter and watch whatever